and that, it was Abraham Lincoln, a Republican, who freed the slaves. We so often forget that the Republicans have always been about free opportunity for all. The Republicans were the ones that were on the side of the Union when it came to the Civil War. Yeah. These are things that aren't taught in schools anymore. We don't teach true history. We teach opinions.
I was so shocked when I saw that movie Lincoln a few years ago, how here's a big Hollywood production, very celebrated, and it's pointing out the fact that it was the Democrats who were promoting slavery, and it was the Republicans who were opposed.
The Democrats founded the KKK. I mean, let's be very, very honest
here. I went to work after that, and I'm talking to a black guy that I worked with. I told him about the movie, and I told him, and of course, there was something that Lincoln, it was pointed out that Lincoln, Republicans, anti-slavery. He says, Lincoln was a Republican?
Well, there's a college that actually has a quote from Abraham Lincoln, and then underneath it says Democrat. And when the college was asked about it, he says, well, he's Democrat in thought. No, he was not. Yeah. He was the founder of the Republican Party.
Or Dinesh's movie where it shows Lincoln's picture in their headquarters.
Yeah. All right. Well, Walter, thank you so much, man. Appreciate your. Don't be so long next time. Make sure you get back and listen to us and talk to us a little bit more.
I think I'll be having more time these extra Saturdays we got on this side of eternity.
You got it. And we're moving to 1 o'clock next week, Walter. So there you go.
1 o'clock. Good. Okay, great.
1 o'clock. All right. Take care. We'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Now, if we just heard from Mike.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Well, let's kind of change gears here a little bit. Last week we hit the fake news quite a bit, and this week the craziest of crazy things, and she's gotten a whole lot of backlash. You probably heard this from Mika Brzezinski, right? It's Morning Joe, MSNBC. Derek, you got track 2 ready there? There's 2 things I want to get
from
to.
From all the Trump supporters that I talked to who were Trump voters and are still Trump supporters, they go, yeah, you guys are going crazy. He's doing, what are you so surprised about? He's doing exactly what he said he's going to do.
Well, and I think that the dangerous, edges here are that he's trying to undermine the media, trying to make up his own facts. And it could be that while unemployment and the economy worsens, he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think. And that is our job.
That is our job. What? So they just came out and admitted that the media thinks it's their job, right, to make us think what they want us to think.
Well, the sheep. That's what they want us to be. They want us to be sheep.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we're smart enough to know the media now is fake news. And if it's not fake news, they're twisting in a way to make us think and act the way they want us to. Yeah. That's the ultimate disgrace. I was amazed when I heard it. I thought it was fake news. I had to go and
you were amazed that you heard it.
Well, I mean, this is what the media does so often. I mean, they run their agendas, and the masks have been coming off. They've been in full meltdown for some time. I mean, you take this back to the beginning of the Trump candidacy when it was just speculative that he was going to run, and they ran every time they could. They laughed at people who said we're going to support Trump. And if you look, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there, you can find it, where it shows 5, 6, 8 minutes of all the different stations and their coverage of Trump laughing. Yes, please run. We want you to run. Right. It's going to be great. Oh, we're going to march right into Washington. This is going to be so easy for Hillary. And the truth be told is it's completely the opposite of that. And now we are at a point where, they don't know how to handle themselves. They, too, have drinking the Kool-Aid that so many of the millennials do, or the snowflakes, as we like to call them now, do. And they don't know how to handle it. They don't. So the masks are coming off, and they're in full meltdown mode. They just don't know what to do. They don't know how to take Trump, and he's going so fast, their heads are spinning.
Yeah. And it's not just the fake news, and it's sometimes it's the stuff that they're not covering. And this next track is something, I don't know that anyone's heard this. I didn't hear it anywhere except on Fox Business News. Derek, you got track 3 ready? This was huge, and yet I didn't hear it on ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, heard it nowhere except on Fox. I didn't even hear it on Fox. I heard it on Fox Business News. And this is Maria Bartiromo talking about 3 people that were fired, IT workers from Congress. Go ahead and play this.
3 congressional IT, information technology, IT employees have been fired for accessing members' computer networks without permission. Maria's on the show, knows more about this. Can you fill me in a little bit?
Here are their names, Stuart. Let me tell you what the 3 people who were fired on Thursday. Abid, Imran, and Jamal Awan. They were barred from computer networks at the House of Representatives on Thursday because they accessed congressmen and congresspeople's computer networks unauthorized. At a minimum, they were fired. They haven't been arrested yet. At a minimum, we know that they accessed computers unauthorized, and they did so in foreign intelligence, foreign affairs, and intelligence committees. Okay, so they were getting very important information, government information. They accessed these computers. That is the least of it. There's also some talk that people are looking into what ties they have to terrorism. Are they impacted by the Muslim Brotherhood? Are they a part of the Muslim Brotherhood? One of them has a criminal background. Couple of questions here. Why? How is it possible that 3 brothers are hired, Muslim brothers, I'm just saying, to work in Congress and deal with our most intelligent and sensitive information, number one? They were all making $160,000. Why were they paid so much? 22 years old, one of the guys was. The other was 25. They're making $160,000, $161,000, and $165,000. And one of them has a criminal background. How does this happen?
Careful.
I didn't hear what you're saying. I mean, these intelligence committees handle our terror strategies, right?
They got information on Benghazi,
and
too, by the way.
And it looks like they also work for many Democrats in these houses.
Good God.
They are thinking that maybe they could be also one of the people, one of the reasons that Debbie Wasserman Schultz's account was hacked.
Yeah.
So there's so much more to come on this, Stu. This is an incredible story. I think it's amazing.
All right, so that's like from a week ago. Have you heard this?
No,
I mean,
I
both
actually
look a little
haven't.
surprised. You heard
it was
once,
on a
Nick.
news feed on, because I get the Fox News feed in a widget
Right.
on my desktop. And so I did read about it there. And a friend of mine brought it up on her blog. Same point. Brought it up that, hey, nobody's talking about this except Fox.
Yeah.
And when you Google it, there aren't any other
There's nothing on
indications.
CNN,
There's
nothing
nothing
on
anywhere.
This
There's
should be
there's
the biggest
blogs.
story
there's
of the
blogs
month.
and there's Fox. There's blogs and there's Fox.
Well, they're so busy trying to go scorched earth with Trump and anything that President Trump does that they don't have time to pay attention to real news. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Number one, I don't know how you get a job. How did you pass clearance? Number one, right? How did you get? Hillary Clinton can't get clearance technically. How did these 3 guys? One of them's got a record. Get in 3 Muslim brothers, and then the $160,000 a year. I thought our congressman only made $170,000 a year. Who are these 3 IT guys? 20-year-old kids making $160,000 a year.
Well, I'm curious what the median income is in the government because, for positions like that. Oh, darn. Because of how expensive it is to live in the D.C., Virginia area.
Yeah, well, the bloated bureaucracy that is Washington, D.C., the swamp.
Yeah.
It'll continue to grow if we don't, keep checks and balances on that. But that's ridiculous. $160,000 a year.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in. Ash, Ed, good to see you both again, and we'll have you on again. It was a good show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Until next week, go to thedailydrift.com. That's the news.
Next week when?
You need to know. Next week at 1 o'clock. Next week at 1 o'clock, we're being live. All right. Until next week, we'll see you. Go to thedailydrift.com. Take care.